like money, and I don't want to spend it.
So you're just going to take someone against their will and not pay them?
Absolutely.
Because you think you're giving them a better life?
No, because I want free labor. And they just get a better quality of life out of it. That's the trade, dude. Where it's like, you could be in Haiti right now, you could be recruited into Barbecue's army, or you could just do basic chores around my house for me, and I mean your quality of life is significantly better.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have got a wide one. Yeah, that man just said what you think he wouldn't say out loud in 2025 with confidence. In a viral clip that's making it rounds all over social media, this white man basically said, and I quote, he wants free labor and he's cool with taking someone against their will to get it. Black Force did not hold back. From Twitter takedowns to savage TikTok duet to the internet came with that smoke, and we are gonna break it all down. So sit tight, hit that like button, and let's talk about why this man just gave off Plantation Master 2.0 energy, and how black people are once again forced to remind the world slavery was not a job opportunity.
You want free labor. That's a joke. This gentleman was telling this woman that he wanted to kidnap a black person, African American person, and slave. Why? Not because they'd give him a better place to live or anything. It's because he liked the free labor. $425 years. That's how long we've been dealing with you motherfuckers. The slavery, the racism, the burning crosses, the KKK, the skinheads, the Proud Boys. Beating up by cops, beating up by white dudes, hanging, burning, lacerating. And you would think, after all this fucking time, in the 21st century, that shit will be dead, right? Wrong. It's absolutely fucking alive. 115%. And that is also a new generation of racist motherfuckers. Check this guy here, for example. He wants free labor, and he'll kidnap a black person off the street and make him a slave and all that type of shit. He's telling this to this woman who is on a second date, I think it was. Yeah. Now, I could be black. I could be a real bad Negro right now. I could be like, you snatch me from any goddamn where. I'll put a hole through your fucking forehead. I could say that. I could say that if you attempt to try to kidnap me to make you a slave, I will break your fucking neck. I can do that. But I'm not going to go there. No, because that's what you expect. That's what all white people expect. Me to be a big bad Negro and come on here and say, you ain't going to make me a goddamn slave. No, of course not. But this gentleman here makes it so goddamn obvious what he was going to do, what he is going to do. Now, I would hurt you badly. But anybody else, they will fucking kill you. Black people, African American people, have been hunted, chased down, talked about badly. So if you try to make one of us a slave for even just a few minutes, that is your ass. Your ass. And you are not making anybody a slave. Slavery went out a long goddamn time ago. Long time ago. Prisons are actually on the same shit as slavery, but it's prison. Half the motherfuckers belong there, so there you go. But if you snatch me, unconscious me, knock me the fuck out, and I wake up as a slave for you, I will fucking kill you. And I will do the goddamn time because I will fucking kill you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to say, this some really badly harmed. No. I will fucking kill you. Lock, stock, and fucking barrel. 2 barrels. You don't talk about snatching somebody up off the street and making them your slave because like free labor. I may not go off on them, but somebody will. Somebody will definitely go off on you like, whew, like nobody.
This is why you have to be mentally and physically prepared for trash like that. Who has a fucking broom?
This is the way a lot of these milk-colored people are thinking. And y'all better wake up. You know, the ones that's already with them, once they band together, they're going to be like, it's not going to be so bad. Don't worry. I'm with you. I'm going to take care of you. You know, we're together. So, you know, it's not going to be that bad for you. You know, just agree. Man, one day we'll wake up. And for some of you melanated people, it'll be too late because you're already stuck with them.
I hate that she had to go through that. I hate it. I hate that she had to hear and deal with that. But everybody in the comments, including myself, is saying all in consensus that you should have shown his face, ma'am. You should have shown his face. We're tired of these no-named bravado bitch asses who feel that they can say that shit with their chest and never know their identity. We want them to be seen so everyone can be scarce of him like he just had a disease in his vein. We're done and tired of giving these people a platform, even in the most negative, heinous way when it means exposing them, when we never show their face. We never put a name or a face to them. And yet their message is still being told. Even if you weren't trying to, you're still spreading his message, even in the most negative way, because you don't show his face. Something as simple as we have seen on this platform alone, as well as many other platforms, we have seen the negative situation of people who deserve to be exposed and deserve all the hate they get for all the negativity that they have done, like who have the same mindset like he does, and even worse. And the consequences of their actions need to be made. Nothing can come of that if they don't know who they are. All you're doing is just spreading the message that there are people who are like him, who exist, and we don't know who they are. They easily can conceal themselves. And the fact that I understand it was a spur of the moment and maybe a fear of the situation. If it was because of fear of the situation with him that you couldn't show his face, that makes more sense. Because I would hate to see someone like you be in a position of fear from a guy like him because you exposed him for being the racist piece of shit he is. That's understandable. But if you are not at all scared of him, but you are just disgusted of his views, and you're not scared of him at all, expose him. Show his face. Give us his name. We're sick and tired of these people who hide behind sheep's clothing, who are disgusting, cannibalistic wool coyotes, who think they can say what they want and not have to deal with any consequences. We have dealt with this shit for too fucking long. Every influencer, every celebrity, and every politician who says they're doing it for even the goodness of their own hearts, who have been exposed for being terrible people, have been hidden for too long. And we're sick and fucking tired. We're sick and tired of people trying to negate and de-escalate thought patterns of things that is a danger to us and every other minority and community. This is something that's not new. There are many people who, like him, have this same mindset. We knew they existed. We knew they existed. You don't have to just go to a sundown town to find them. They live amongst us. They do. Every elder, every young adult, every middle-aged person has all been, many of them have been raised that. My best friend had just told me about the fact that she knows some people in her family who have that same mind state. And my best friend is white, yet she's afraid of me having to deal with that situation because of the fact of something simple like that. And she doesn't have that mind state. Fortunately, she is a self-expressive woman that she doesn't have that same thought pattern. Not to mention, she has been showing herself an ally for many times for my community and many other minorities. So she doesn't have to show her stripes or show the validation. She's done it. She's putting it. Meanwhile, there are many other friends that I've known who have family members who have that same mind state. And it's a common fear for me to not realize they have that same mind state, and they'll never tell me until I walk out the fucking door of their house or any area that they're in. They will say that shit with their chest as long as I'm not in front of them. It's tiresome to have to live in that fear. These people need to know what fear is like when they get hexed and exiled amongst the common people in society like us who do not take that shit. They need to be humiliated. They need to be exposed. They need to be embarrassed because they deserve it for having that mind state when they know it's not the right thing to do or think. And to have them hide their identity, their occupation, and then even something simple as their name, they will continue to have that same mind. All you've done is, even though you have had to deal with a disgusting human being for a date, by not exposing him for who he is and his identity, you've let him go on to speak this no matter what, in every single way, regardless of your experience. He will continue to have that mind state, even when you never see him, because his identity has not been exposed. People like him deserve to be casted out and exposed for the monsters they are, so that the world can feel humiliated so he can feel that the world is disgusted of him.
Let's talk about this disturbing clip that has been circulating, where a white man says without hesitation that he wants free labor. Not only does he admit to wanting to take someone against their will, but he tries to justify it by saying he did be improving their quality of life. Let me repeat that. He wants to enslave someone and call it charity. This isn't satire. This isn't a joke taken out of context. This is a man speaking from a place of deep entitlement, wrapped in a casual tone like he's talking about adopting a pet. He genuinely believes that forcing someone to do chores around his house without pay, without concepts, without freedom is somehow a fair exchange because in his mind, their life would be better than wherever they came from. And let's be real, when people like him say they could be in Houston right now, They hasn't just name-dropping countries. They are invoking deep-rooted racist stereotypes. His references places associated with poverty and struggle and uses those images as justification for model-day servitude. That is not just offensive, it's dangerous. Because this kind of logic is how colonialism, slavery, and systemic oppression were always sold to the masses. We are saving them, we are helping them, we are giving them a better life. No, you are not. You are exploiting power. You are taking agency from another human being and marking it as benevolences. What is striking is how calmly he said it. There is no hesitation in his voice. No doubt, he genuinely doesn't see what is wrong with it, and that is where the danger lies, not just in the statement itself, but in the confidence behind it. That confidence comes from a society that has never truly held white entitlement accountable. It comes from a system that still allows people to romanticize domination as help, and black people saw right through it. Twitter exploded. TikTok creators immediately began snitching the clip, calling out the baseless dehumanization. People compare his mindset to that of a model-day colonialism. And what struck me most were the people who said, "This is what we have been warning you about, because this isn't new. This isn't a glitch in the matrix. This isn't the matrix. This is exactly what black people, indigenous people, and other marginalized communities have been dealing with for centuries." What makes this clip so viral, so jarring, is that it's not coded, it's not hidden under layers of political jargon. He didn't say labor shortage or undocumented workers or matrix based immigration. He just said the quiet parts out loud. I want free labor and I don't want to pay them. Let's talk about the psychology of that. When someone believes they're entitled to another human person's body, time and energy without concept, that is not just a racist belief, that is a colonizer mindset. That is the same ideology that justified the transatlantic slave trade. That is what fueled the plantation economy. That is what created the generational wealth gap. It's the same mindset that made it legal to own people, to break up families, to punish literacy with death. And now, in 2025, you have got someone casually floating those energy ideas on a broadcast like it's just an age take. And the worst part, there are people in the comments agreeing with him, saying things like, he has a point, or at least he did be feeding them. That should scare you, because it means we are not as far removed from the past as we like to believe. Racism didn't die, it evolved. It got a mic, it got a platform, and now it's disguised as casual conversations. The reaction from black creators have been powerful. Some are furious, some are hot, some are exhausting, and all of them are right to feel that way, because what that man said wasn't just offensive, it was traumatizing. It brought up centuries of pain, labor, exploitation, and injustice, and tried to frame it as a better option. Imagine the audacity of saying you could be starving in a war zone, or you could be folding my laundry for free. Hasn't I generous? That is not generosity. That is coercion. That is oppression dressed up as opportunity. And before anyone tries to defend it as just a thought experiment or just a hot take, ask yourself this. Would you ever say that to a white person? Would you ever walk up to an European and say, I know your economy is struggling, why don't you come clean my house for free and I will let you live in the basement? No, you wouldn't, because deep down you know that is not okay. So why is it okay when it's someone from Haiti or Nigeria or the Philippines? The answer is not. And the fact that this man sees no issue with what he said proves just how normalized this power dynamic still is. To the people clapping back, keep going, and because silence only allows this kind of historic to grow. And to those trying to both sides this issue, there are no two sides when it comes to slavery. You are either for human rights or you are not. This clip is a reminder that we need to be vigilant, that we can't afford to get comfortable, that racism isn't always loud, it's often soft-spoken and well-articulated. But make no mistake, it's still racism, and still needs to be called out. This isn't just a moment of internet outrage, it's a moment of clarity, a wake-up call, and if you don't push back, we allow this mindset to go unchecked, not on my watch. Thanks for watching. Drop your thoughts in the comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Stay informed, stay loud, stay human. Peace.